Booker. I had a question for you. You spoke very eloquently in there about love and peace, and that's something that's really important to people like me and Lex. We're like raising money for families in Gaza to get them out, and it would mean the world if you could speak up for those people that need your voice, and what your hesitation is in calling for a ceasefire.
So there is no hesitation for me in speaking up for peace and finding justice. Again, we have called for a ceasefire negotiated at the table that the parties are doing right now, return of hostages, opening up for humanitarian aid and more. So I hope so it will take some time. But now,
they don't have time. There's one point.
No, I wasn't saying for them. I wanted to see it happening as quick as possible. We're doing everything we can to bring about that reality.
But a ceasefire would allow for a lot of that to happen. Even the hostages getting out would be a risk. And so when we try to reach out to you or other officials, it's very frustrating because it feels like our lives don't matter, their lives don't matter, and just the policy matters. Sending weapons packages overseas right now and watching that doesn't mean you're listening to us, does not mean that you're helping the cause to bring peace. And it's very emotional for people that are raising money to bring these families out, and sometimes they stop responding because they're no longer alive. How they don't have the time anymore.
So I hear your emotion, and spend a lot of time engaging with people who have deep hurt, deep emotion, deep fear, and the harms that are happening right now are to me unacceptable. But the way I believe that we're going to get there right now is negotiating the release of the hostages, a pause and a stop to the fighting, and making sure we can have a larger solution. So I not only have met with people here, I've gone to the region, I've met with Palestinian leaders, I've met with Arab leaders, I've met with Israeli leaders.
You have not gone to Palestine. If you had gone to Gaza, I promise you that you would have been a lot more urgent in asking. And that is my request to you. I'm not going to take up more of your time.
Okay. But so you understand, I've been to the West Bank, I've met with Palestinian leaders.
The West Bank
and I understand
also needs your help.
And I have talked to Gazans in Gaza. Hopes to get them out and to help out with the situation.
They need to go back to their homes, not just get them out.
I agree, and I wish in many ways that the parties, especially Hamas right now, would agree to the things that are on the table.
And they did agree. I'm not defending Hamas in this statement, but they did agree. It was just turned down by Israel, and it's very frustrating that there's not the pressure put on by the United States to their ally.
And I'm sorry that you believe that, but I'm much more privy to these negotiations than you are. Hamas is driving this conflict longer and longer through the things that they're doing.
I'm sorry, I have one question. Yes. Are you saying that the statement? Are you saying?
Excuse me for a second.
No, I'm sorry. We're in a conversation, sir.
We are in a conversation.
Are you saying that the documents that Egypt and Qatar both put out that Hamas signed off on to release the hostages were a lie? Are you saying that because you've just implied that if we believe that? So are you saying that you don't believe those papers? That they were lying?
I am saying that Hamas, a terrorist organization, is holding Americans, holding Canadians, Mexicans, people of many different backgrounds. They've refused to release them. Should they release the hostages, we would have a ceasefire right now.
And so when they offered to release the hostages and Israel said no, what about that? Because right now it's Nurses Week. I'm a nurse. There are 300 American nurses working as volunteers in Gaza right now in Rafah. And they are stuck. And they are being carpet bombed. What about those Americans? What about the hostages that are in Israeli prisons right now? 5,000 of them. What no one speaks about, the Palestinian hostages. Gaza is absolutely being decimated, being leveled right now. The last safe place in Gaza. And we are hearing nothing from you. I'm just asking you to join Cory Bush, to join Rashida, to join the members of the squad, the other members of Congress who have called for a ceasefire, who have called this what it is.
Did you say this is a conversation?
Yeah.
Then may I say something?
You just tried to walk away from us.
I tried to turn my attention to a friend of mine that was on this. I wasn't walking away. I was looking at a camera. But this gentleman's been waiting patiently.
It felt like an abort of a conversation.
I'm sorry that you felt that way.
So are you willing to call for a ceasefire?
And again, I have been working on ending this nightmare. And what you don't seem to understand is that you say that Hamas has made an acceptable offer. And I am telling you, this terrorist organization who puts children and families and schools and hospitals literally commits what is, in definition, a war crime. That you're saying, hold on. You keep defending Hamas, and I am telling you, you were literally just representing them. That there should have been.
I'm sorry.
again.
Okay, me
Again,
saying that
there are
you
other-
implying that Egypt and Qatar are both lying is defending Hamas is crazy.
I'm sorry you don't understand, but the position that Hamas is taking right now is unacceptable to the United States. It's unacceptable to Arab allies and others.
I'm not talking about Hamas. I'm talking about a ceasefire. I'm talking about the 600,000
And that's-
children in
and
Rafah
that's
who are
what's
currently being
unfortunate,
rained on with
that
white
you
phosphorus
are talking
from
about
Alabama.
a ceasefire for you not to talk about Hamas is the problem. Okay? It's a totality of what's going on.
And I'm invoking